We're getting closer, Saluki Nation. You join us here inside Banterra Center. It won't be this quiet. Alongside assistant coach Steve Hawkins, I am Luke Martin. Coach, some really valuable time right now for you and your group. Not only getting valuable film from this practice, you've also had a scrimmage underneath your belt. Talk about the growth right now this team can really make.
Well, it's massive, because we're at a point in time of year, like we just scrimmaged at Iowa, and I don't think there's a coach in America, anywhere, that is happy with where his team is at. It's just the way we're built. We see everything wrong right now, and we feel like the clock is running down, and oh my gosh, we're going to play, and we're never going to win a game. The sky is falling. But that's probably most teams in the country, right now. But that the film that we get out of playing somebody else, and we're not playing against ourselves, and they don't know what's coming, and we don't know what's coming from them, is just invaluable. And now we're in this sprint, for the last week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever, till we get to the Charleston game.
Look, you've been in a head coaching chair a lot from your time in your career. We covered that over the summer. What have you really found over the summer, also here in the fall, to really find your role and your voice to obviously lift up this staff and lift up this team?
Yeah, it's not so much the staff, because I think that the staff is tremendous. I love working with these guys, and then just being able to stay in coach's ear, a little bit every once in a while. I know what he's going through. I know what it's like to sit in that seat. So, sometimes it's just a whisper in his ear, like, hey, maybe we want to think about this or that. Sometimes he'll bounce some things off of me, and just try and alleviate some pressure from him, as well as, some of the coaching staff. They've been great about asking questions. And then I like to learn. Coach Wooden 101, when you're through learning, you're through. And so I like to learn as well. And I can learn from these assistant coaches have been tremendous, from Coach Nagy has been tremendous. And then just being able, from a head coach standpoint, you don't get a chance to be with the players this much, because you're managing a program. From an assistant coach standpoint, you get to be with the players more, and I love that. I love that part of the game.
You described the part of there's always that time where the sky's falling, etc. You look at it with a critical eye, but also when you look at it with a critical eye, you will find some positives. Where's this team's growing? Where is this team getting better?
Yeah, I think that, we have to continue to work on turning the ball over. We're turning it over too much. Some of this is to be expected, because we're going to play at a very high pace. We're going to get up and down the floor. And because of that, we're going to kick the thing all over the place here early. Until we know how to play at this pace, we're going to turn the ball over some. And if you're not careful as a coach, if you're not fully committed, because we did the same thing when I was at Western Michigan, we wanted to play up tempo. And if you're not careful, they'll sabotage you. They'll think, oh my gosh, we're never going to be able to run with this team. But we got to stay with it, because they'll get better at it as things go. And then defensively, it's just a terminology, learning the system. We're not going to be up in passing lanes as much. It's just every day there's something. And then the big thing, Luke, is just carryover. Because it'll be really, really good in a drill, and then we'll start going 5-on-5 and it's gone. Or it'll be really, really good on Tuesday, and then on Thursday it's gone, or vice versa. So we just have to, it's just consistency. I always liken a basketball season to an airplane flight. I was talking to Coach about this the other day. When you get in your seats and the pilot tells you buckle up, the plane takes off and you're on the ascent, there's always turbulence. There's always turbulence. And then the pilot, meaning the coach, you get up to the cruising altitude and you're trying to find smooth air, as a pilot. And you may have to adjust, because of turbulence up in the air, and you adjust, and then you try and find smooth air again, and with the idea of landing the plane safely on the other side. And for us, that means finishing the season strong, and playing our best basketball in January, February, and March.
One of the biggest benefits to the stat sheet now is seeing fouls drawn. You have some athleticism on your team where you have some guys that can draw a lot of fouls.
Yeah, we can. We need the other team to cooperate and foul us. We're going to be contact seekers, not contact avoiders. And that's going to be critical for us. We like to live at the free throw line, because for a variety of reasons. Number one, obviously the points, but the other part of that is that it allows us to set our defense, where we feel like we could be pretty strong defensively in the half court because we are long, we are athletic, and we do have some guys that can move. But if we're not back on defense, they're going to score on us.
That's assistant coach Steve Hawkins. You come out and meet Coach Hawk and the Salukis tomorrow night for the meet and greet here inside Banterra Center. We'll talk to you then. Go Dogs.